Hello, it is me, the holistic healer, here with you again today to talk to you a little bit about the energy of owning dis-ease. I have had a lot of clients this week that have come up with some new diagnoses from their doctors and are pretty concerned, calling me to ask what do I do, Becky? And how do I fix this? Can you heal it? Um, type of things. The very first thing that I tell any client that asks me about a new diagnosis is this. Number one, you absolutely must not own the energy of dis-ease, okay, or ailments. Our normal doctors nowadays, um, although their technology is beautiful and wonderful, and I definitely know there's a time and a place for it, I definitely know that they are doing what they feel is best for us. Um, they're not always educated in knowing how to heal our ailments. They pretty much are taught to treat the symptoms of them. So what happens is you go to your doctor, the doctor says, what's ailing you? What can I do for you? You tell your doctor, I have pain in my joints. I have no energy. I can't sleep at night. I'm depressed. I'm gaining weight, and I'm having pulsations in my heart. Okay. So the doctor is going to look at you with that look that they give and go, okay. They'll ask you a whole bunch of questions. And then, depending on what exactly you say your symptoms are, they're going to send you for testing, right? So you go and you do all these tests, and they run all these tests, and they maybe do a body scan or an x-ray or maybe an MRI. Most definitely probably draw some blood and do that type of thing. Then you wait and you wait and you wait. And then as soon as you cannot wait any longer, then guess what happens? They call you and they say, I'm sorry to tell you, but you have rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. What happens next is we freak out completely. We cry, we get mad, we get upset, and we call our mom and say, Mom, I got this new diagnosis and I am scared, right? We call our friends, we text our sisters, our husbands or wives come home from work, we tell them, and we keep telling the story over and over and over about I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have MS, I have whatever it is, okay? I have cancer. The more you are telling that story, the more you are projecting those words out, the more you believe it in your heart, the more you are pulling that energy of that into your life, into your realities, okay? I'm not saying that these diseases and ailments do not exist, and I'm not saying that you maybe don't have it, because you probably do. The tests that the doctors have nowadays are pretty precise. So in order to not make that your life and make that your complete reality, you need to not own it, okay? So, for example, December of 2015, Well, actually, let me back up a minute. So I think it was in August of 2015. I woke up one Sunday morning and I didn't feel any different or anything like that. But my neighbor came over to talk to me about something, and she walked in the door and she's talking to me, and she says, "Oh my God, what happened to your eye?" Nothing happened to my eye. Why? Well, she said, "You need to go look in the mirror at your eye. It looks terrible. It's bloodshot and um, it looks horrible. Doesn't that hurt?" And I was like, "No." So I go look in the mirror, and my left eye was completely engulfed in blood, like underneath the white part was completely red. I mean, this was beyond bloodshot. It was bad. It didn't hurt or anything. It didn't itch, nothing like that. So I call my doctor on Monday, and say, listen, I woke up with this, and um, I'm not really sure what's going on, but as a natural healer, we do go to the doctor sometimes, the regular doctor, because situations like that with my eyes, I I don't feel comfortable with that, just treating that, because that could be so many things, okay? And as a healer, when it's your own self, sometimes you don't intuitively receive what's going on like I would with my clients. Most of the times I can tell what's going on with them right away, just because I can feel the energy of different diseases and that type of thing. And I'm very open to diagnosing other people. But when it's myself, it was a little different. So I go to the doctor, and she says, "Well, it doesn't hurt. Nothing. I don't know what it is. Here, take these eye drops to clear it up, and it should be fine, right?" So I go home, and so this would have been about 4 days after that happened. So maybe like the Wednesday, or even maybe Thursday after that, I started having vision problems where I was seeing squiggly lines and kind of tunnely vision a little bit type of stuff. And so I decided, well, I'm going to be 40 years old in another, 5 months. Maybe I just need to see the eye doctor. Maybe I'm just getting older, right? So I go see the eye doctor, and the eye doctor says, "Well, your eyes look great. Your optic nerve is very healthy. Everything appears to be great, but the only issue is what I'm seeing with your eyes and the symptoms you're having. I'm sorry to tell you, honey, but that's what happens to people that have MS." What? Excuse me? I'm at the eye doctor having vision problems. So how is that possible? The eye doctor says, "It's a textbook case. I'm sorry, Becky. You need to call your doctor and have a brain scan right away, because this is coming from your brain. This is not coming from your eyes." Okay. So I go home, and I am freaking out. I am scared. I am mad. I am every emotion that I do not want to project into my life. But I'm human too. So, of course, I'm not thinking on track, And that was before I really knew too much about law of attraction. So I freak. I go home. First thing I do is call my mother. I call my children and tell them they need to come home. We need to sit down and have a family meeting. I call my friends. I text my sisters. You know, on and on and on and on and on. So in the meantime, I go in and start, get a brain scan and start the process of trying to diagnose MS, which I don't know how much you guys know about it, but it's like a really long, lengthy process, and it can take up to 2 years to get a diagnosis. So a lot of times, even people that do have it, it's just really extremely hard to diagnose. So in the meantime, I go to a spiritual healing event that I was working at, and one of my colleagues heard me telling all of my friends and other colleagues there about it. I was crying, I was scared. Although I knew that if that was the case, I would heal myself. I knew I would. I had no doubt about that. But this particular colleague pulled me aside and said, "Can I talk to you outside?" So I go outside and she says to me, "Do you realize that you are owning that? Do you realize you're pulling that into yourself? You're going to manifest that, Becky." And I was like, "Oh, you're right. Oh, holy crap. I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that." So from that point on, I didn't say it out loud. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't own it. I kept meditating and telling universe that I was happy and I was healthy. My physical body was healthy. I started working on, different energetic things that would cause it. I started eating foods that would get rid of it. I went down into my heart chakra and my emotions and tried to figure out what exactly it is that would make something like that manifest. I mean, I was trying to hit it at all angles. So once I started working on that, and I was on, doing everything mind, body, and soul that I could to get rid of it, I got my actual diagnosis in I'm sorry, I think it was December of 2014, because I got the actual diagnosis in like July of 2015. And I continued to not own it, and I continued to say, this is not me, this is not my world, this is not my reality, I do not have this. By February of 2016, my second brain scan was clear. Okay, so if I did have it, it was in remission. So I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I would have kept pulling the energy of that into myself. I'm so glad that somebody pointed it out to me not to do that, and that's why I feel like I need to tell you guys. I know I tell you guys a million times, everything is energy. Everything has a vibration. We are energy. Everything's energy. Disease has energy. It takes energy to manifest this, okay? So instead of manifesting nasty diseases, we need to be conscious about that. And we need to not say the word, you need to, like, say you have cancer, you say the C word, or I don't I don't have that. That's not me. This isn't my reality. It truly, truly, truly will help you get better. I promise you. I promise you. I mean, I'm living proof of it. So, you also need to remember that there's so many different angles of treating ailments. Every single disease, dis-ease, or ailment that we have as human beings is started, the root of it is emotional. I promise you, the root of it is emotional, okay? There's emotional things that we get that sticks to us, that we hold and we carry, and that energy, if we're holding on to it, it has to go somewhere, you guys. It has to go somewhere, right? So where is it going to go? It's going to go in your chakras and in your energy centers. It's going to plug them up. That negative energy will make it dense. So when high vibrating energy comes in, it can't really penetrate. So when you have medical issues and you treat it holistically, treat it energetically, you're keeping your chakras balanced, and even seeing a spiritual healer or a Reiki master or somebody like me that heals with energy, essential oils, and herbs, and what have you. There's so many different beautiful modalities out there. But if you see somebody like me, we are going to sit you down and try to get to the root of it. Once you get to the root of it, then we can definitely heal it and get rid of it for you. So my main agenda here is to just have you be aware that you definitely are what you project out to universe that you are. Law of attraction, guys. Law of attraction. If we live in fear, like say, great grandma had breast cancer, grandma had breast cancer, mom had breast cancer. So we live our lives in fear of that happening to us. You're going to make that happen. You are. Because even if a disease is genetically hereditary, we can still make that not happen for us if we are in the right vibration, if we are aware of it and we have knowledge of it and we do preventative measures. It won't happen to us. I mean, I have probably on both sides of my family. I know my mom's side of the family, at least 3 or 4 generations of a lot of diabetes. On my father's side, at least 2 generations of a lot of it. So from a medical standpoint, I should be doomed to have it, right? But I don't. And you know why? Because I eat right, I exercise, I take herbs and oils, and I practice my vibration. I meditate, I call in my divine, and I stay in love and light. Right? I mean, not 100% of the time, but I really work hard to do that. But, the main thing here is, you guys, please, please, please don't own your ailments. Don't own them. You're making yourself sicker, and I don't want to see you guys sick. That's about all I have for today. So, with that said, if you have any questions or would like to talk to me more about that, or come and have a healing or even a distance healing, I would be happy to get to the root of your disease and get rid of it for you. I can make you some medicines. We can do whatever it is we need to do, okay? You can email me at holistichealing@gmail.com, which is WHOLEISTIC healing, all one word, at gmail.com. You can go to my website, www.holistichealing.net. On Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Becky Jo the Healer, all one word, or Holistic Healing, which is spelled WHOLEISTIC, healing. And there is a dash between whole and istic. So my regular Facebook page is Becky Jo. My Twitter handle is Meditative Mama, MUMMA. So get a hold of me. I would love to help you feel better. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. It is Friday night, and I'm going on a date with my fiance tonight, and I am really excited. So you have a wonderful night. I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, so much joy, and healing. Here you go. Pulling it from the universe, white light to you. You have a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous weekend. I love you all so much. Thank you.